In touch with Prophet PI. He posted a video about her and her whereabouts. If you have a chance, please go check out that video. Her body was found in Cleveland, Ohio, in an abandoned house on Francis Avenue. This is why she was in Cleveland. Baddies Midwest was filming in Cleveland. They were going to clubs that were very close to the locations where she was purchasing stuff. She wanted to be on this show. She knew some of the cast members of Baddies. She had met Natalie Nunn before.
A family in Maryland is looking for answers after their loved one was found dead in Cleveland, Ohio. And our Skylar Salas sat down with the family and has more on the investigation.
She's lit up any room she came into.
Karen Raina Dunlap built a large following online. She had over 80,000 followers on X, formerly Twitter, and another 17,000 on Instagram.
She liked pressing buttons and pushing folks, and she used to call herself kind of like a shock jock or queen of chaos.
Raina Dunlap, a 30-year-old social media influencer from Maryland, was known online as the Nude Queen. Bold, unapologetic, and determined, she was on a mission to make a name for herself in reality television. But what began as an exciting journey to audition for Baddies Midwest turned into a heartbreaking and mysterious tragedy. In late 2024, Raina traveled to Cleveland, Ohio, reportedly to audition for Baddies Midwest, a popular reality show. Her last known social media activity was on January 1, 2025, around the same time her family lost contact with her. Just weeks later, on January 18, 2025, her body was discovered inside an abandoned house in Cleveland's Kinsman neighborhood.
All right, so if anybody recognizes this house, this is the house where Raina or Karen Dunlap was found dead in.
Authorities have suggested that her death may have been due to a drug overdose, citing the circumstances and location where she was found. However, Raina's family strongly disputes this claim, insisting that she had no history of using hard drugs. They are now awaiting toxicology results to confirm the exact cause of death, hoping to uncover the truth behind her sudden and tragic passing. Raina's family has raised several concerns about the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. When her body was discovered, her personal belongings, including her phone and identification, were missing. Even more disturbingly, she was dressed in oversized clothing that did not match her usual bold and provocative style. These details have led her loved ones to believe that something far more sinister may have happened to her. Could Raina have been held against her will? Was she a victim of foul play? These questions haunt her grieving family as they continue their relentless search for answers. Determined to uncover what really happened, Raina's mother and sister have traveled to Cleveland to distribute flyers and speak with anyone who may have seen or interacted with her in the weeks leading up to her death. They have also launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise funds for funeral expenses and to hire a private investigator, hoping to shed light on the mystery surrounding her final days. As the investigation remains ongoing, Raina's family is pleading for anyone with information about her whereabouts or activities between December 2024 and January 2025 to come forward. They refuse to let her story go unanswered and will not stop until they find out the truth behind Raina Dunlap's tragic and untimely death. Before we begin the story, we want to take a moment to extend our heartfelt condolences to the friends, family, and loved ones of Raina Dunlap. This devastating loss has left an irreplaceable void in the lives of those who knew and cherished her. This story takes us to Cleveland, Ohio, a city with a rich history, a deep love for sports, and an industrial legacy. Nestled along the shores of Lake Erie, Cleveland is home to cultural landmarks like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But like many major cities, it also has areas marked by economic struggle, abandoned properties, and rising crime rates. The city's east side, where Raina's story took a devastating turn, is one such place. Raina Dunlap, famously known online as the Nude Queen, was a vibrant and ambitious 30-year-old woman from College Park, Maryland. Born to Karen Jones, she grew up in a close-knit family alongside her sister, Kira. From a young age, Raina thrived on attention, embracing both the admiration and controversy that came with her online persona. Her mother described her as kind, loving, and generous to a fault, always eager to be surrounded by people. But Raina was no stranger to controversy. If one avenue didn't give her the attention she craved, she found another. She wasn't just chasing fame, she was determined to own it. So, how did her journey lead to such a tragic end? What really happened in those final days in Cleveland? As her family fights for answers, we dig deeper into the mystery surrounding Raina Dunlap's death. By the way, we post true crime stories and strange cases. If this interests you, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means a lot and helps us continue sharing this content. Ambitious and relentless in her pursuit of fame, Raina Dunlap was determined to break into the entertainment industry, specifically reality television. Her dream led her to audition for Baddies Midwest, a popular show on the Zeus network. With a growing social media presence, boasting over 80,000 followers on X and 177,000 on Instagram, Raina had already carved out a name for herself as an online personality. But beyond her bold public persona, Raina was a daughter, a sister, and a woman with dreams far bigger than the life she had in Maryland. Known for her outspoken nature, unfiltered opinions, and an energy that could command a room, she often declared, "I am not a trophy wife." Her family described her as someone who never hesitated to speak her mind but was also deeply caring toward those she loved. She had a magnetic presence. Wherever she went, she left an impact. Her trip to Cleveland was meant to be another step toward her aspirations. Instead, it ended in tragedy. Raina Dunlap was found dead in an abandoned house on Cleveland's east side, near East 65th Street and Francis Avenue. Authorities discovered her body on January 21, 2025, nearly 2 months after she had arrived in the city for her Baddies Midwest audition.
New tonight, the family of a Prince George's County woman is desperate for answers. Karen Dunlap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body in Cleveland a week and a half ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her.
When police found Raina, there were no immediate signs of trauma, but the circumstances surrounding her death raised serious questions. Her family pointed out several troubling details. Her hair and nails had been freshly done, yet she was dressed in oversized clothing, completely unlike her usual bold, form-fitting style.
A family in Maryland is looking for answers after their loved one was found dead in Cleveland, Ohio, and our Skylar Salas sat down with the family and has more on the investigation.
Even more disturbingly, her personal belongings, including her cell phone, ID, and other important items, were missing. As her loved ones continue to search for answers, the mystery surrounding Raina's final days in Cleveland only deepens. From the very beginning, law enforcement suggested that Raina Dunlap's death may have been the result of a drug overdose. However, her mother, Karen Jones, strongly refused this claim. "My daughter has never used hard drugs," she told reporters. "Talk to anybody. I will stake my life that the toxicology report will come back showing she did not have any hard drugs in her system."
Knew that Raina was not a user of drugs, and there were no needle marks or track marks on her.
Imagine if this was your daughter, your sister, your family member, and just think about how we feel. I mean, my sister, she's gone, she's never coming back, but we need to figure out what happened to her.
Despite these statements, the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office has not yet confirmed an official cause of death. Unwilling to accept uncertainty, Raina's family is now seeking a private autopsy, provided they can gather enough funds to cover the costs. On January 21, 2025, Raina's mother and sister, Kira Dunlap, traveled to Cleveland, hoping to uncover the truth. They met with detectives, retraced Raina's last known steps, and pleaded for more information. "We know she was shopping there. We went to some of the places she shopped, put up flyers, and talked to people who said they recognized her," Karen Jones said. "But we still don't have any answers." For Kira, the loss of her sister has been devastating. Overcome with grief and frustration, she turned to TikTok, using the platform to beg for help from anyone who might have seen Raina in her final days. The family's search for answers continues, but the mystery surrounding Raina's death remains unresolved.
Guys, thank you so much. Literally by the grace of God, TikTok is back, and we can keep pushing this out and keep talking about it. This is my sister. This is her Twitter. Her name is Raina. Karen Raina Dunlap. In touch with Prophet PI. He posted a video about her and her whereabouts. If you have a chance, please go check out that video. Her body was found in Cleveland, Ohio in an abandoned house on Francis Avenue. If you are from Cleveland and you know where Francis Avenue is, or you know where Ann's Beverage is, or Downtown Liquor, or any of these locations, please let us know. Please let us know if you have seen her. I know that there is somebody out there that knows something about her that has. This is why she was in Cleveland. Baddies Midwest was filming in Cleveland. They were going to clubs that were very close to the locations where she was purchasing stuff. She wanted to be on this show. She knew some of the cast members of Baddies. She had met Natalie Nunn before. She had Taziki on her lives that she used to either host on Twitter or Instagram. She knew Scarface. She knew a lot of people, and she was following where the baddies were because she wanted to try to get on this show. I, in my heart, know that somebody was with her when she died, and somebody left her. I know that. Please, if you have any information at all, please contact me. Message me on here, or message Prophet PI. Go talk to the Cleveland Police Department. Just whatever. Just keep, please, pushing her name out. Keep pushing her name out. Keep pushing out her Twitter. Keep doing everything that you guys are doing, because we don't want this to be swept under the rug. She was only 30 years old. She did not deserve to leave this world at 30 years old. Please.
Was it truly an overdose, as authorities claim? Or is there more to the story? As they fight for justice, one thing is certain: Raina's loved ones will not stop until they uncover the truth. In a tearful video, Raina Dunlap's sister, Kira, made an emotional plea. Something bad has happened to her, and we're trying to figure out what. The family had lost contact with Raina about a month before her death, adding to the mystery surrounding her final days. While Cleveland police have not identified any suspects, troubling details have surfaced, raising more questions than answers. One of the most concerning discoveries was medical paperwork indicating that Raina had visited a crisis center in Cleveland on November 29, 2024. This suggests she may have been assaulted, though the exact circumstances remain unclear. Even more alarming were Raina's own online posts before her disappearance. She allegedly claimed she had been a victim of sex trafficking and even uploaded an image of herself appearing to be badly beaten. However, these posts were either deleted or went unnoticed by her family until after her death. Now, her mother and sister fear she may have been held against her will in the days leading up to her passing. Adding to their confusion and concern, Raina's mother, Karen Jones, revealed that the family had no ties to Cleveland and didn't even know Raina had left Maryland. This has fueled speculation that she may have been lured to Cleveland under false pretenses. Raina's family believes she traveled to Cleveland in hopes of securing a role on Baddies Midwest, a reality show on the Zeus network.
It's not a feeling that you could ever imagine. It's your worst nightmare possible. And I don't know how to recover from that.
My sister, she was a very caring person. She was always taking care of her friends, always taking care of her. We got the phone call on the late on the 17th, but she was discovered on the 16th around 11 p.m. So that's what we would like to know. We also want to know how she got to Cleveland, who she was with, who she met up with in Cleveland.
We knew that Raina was not a user of drugs, and there were no needle marks or track marks on her.
Imagine if this was your daughter, your sister, your family member, and just think about how we feel. I mean, my sister, she's gone. She's never coming back, but we need to figure out what happened to her.
According to her sister Kira, Raina had been actively following the cast and crew, determined to break into reality TV. She reportedly knew several people involved in the production and had even met Natalie Nunn, one of the show's co-creators and stars. Despite this potential connection, the Zeus network has not made any public statements regarding Raina's death. As of now, Raina's case remains open, with no arrests or official cause of death determined. Her grieving family has launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for her funeral expenses and to hire a private investigator. They are urging anyone with information about Raina's last days in Cleveland to come forward.
It's been almost a month now and still no clear answers why Karen Dunlap went to Cleveland, who she was with, and how she got there. But these flyers still going around in hopes of finding out that information.
If anyone saw her, if anyone talked to her while she was there, but also very important with her time here from late October, early November until she was actually verified in Cleveland. If anybody saw her in College Park area, it's horrible. I feel like somebody kicked a hole through my soul, and the biggest part of my heart is gone. She is my firstborn. You know, I loved her dearly, and it's just, the pain is unimaginable. The worst is just not knowing. With Raina, she was always in and out, you know, so it wasn't like we talked to her all the time. We just always expected she was going to be okay. We know that she was shopping there. We went to some of the places that she shopped. We put up flyers. We talked to a few people who, at least two, that said that they did recognize her and they did see her in the area, that she looked perfectly fine, but just no answers as to what took her to Cleveland.
For now, the mystery remains: what really happened to Raina Dunlap? And will her family ever get the answers they so desperately seek? The Cleveland Police Department is still investigating Raina Dunlap's case, but with no clear suspects and countless unanswered questions, the mystery surrounding her death only deepens. What happened to Raina Dunlap should never have happened. No one deserves to be found lifeless in an abandoned house, miles away from home, with no clear explanation of how or why they died. The fact that she had reportedly visited a rape crisis center and posted online about being in danger raises serious concerns. Could someone have intervened sooner? Could her life have been saved? Raina's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the risks people, especially women, face when chasing their dreams in unfamiliar places. The pursuit of fame and success often pushes individuals into environments where they become vulnerable to exploitation, manipulation, and even violence. For influencers and aspiring celebrities, the pressure to network, make connections, and stay relevant can sometimes lead them into unsafe situations. Raina's tragic fate also sheds light on the darker side of social media and the influencer world. While platforms like Instagram and TikTok create opportunities for fame and fortune, they also expose individuals to unseen dangers. The need to be noticed, to stand out, and to take risks can sometimes come at a devastating cost. This tragedy should not be forgotten. Raina's story needs to be told, not just to seek justice for her, but to raise awareness about the dangers that many young women face. No one should have to fear for their safety while pursuing their dreams. If anything can come from this heartbreaking loss, it should be a commitment to creating a world where people, no matter their aspirations, are protected, supported, and never left to face danger alone. Please subscribe to the channel to stay updated about the future upload. Thank you for watching another video of Truth in Crimes. Share your thoughts about this heartbreaking case in the comments below. We value your input. We dedicate ourselves to delivering accurate and compelling true crime stories using information from reliable sources. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon with another captivating story.
Hi everybody, I just wanted to take the time to just address a couple things. First, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been pushing my sister's story out there and bringing awareness. Thank you to everybody that has been donating to the GoFundMe. That has been extraordinarily helpful in covering her funeral expenses and allowing us to retain a private investigator. So thank you for everybody that is doing that. Now, the purpose of this video is just to address two things. The first thing is that there are updates in my sister's case, but because it's an active investigation, I'm very limited on what I can share with the public, because a lot of the new stuff that we know, if I share it with the public, it could compromise the investigation, and obviously we don't want that. The second thing is that I, as sad as this entire situation is, I have been receiving hate comments. My mom has been receiving hate comments. I've been deleting them, to be honest. I really could care less about some of the things that my sister may or may not have said on Twitter or other places. It honestly has nothing to do with me, and I really don't care. The only thing that I care about is the fact that my older sister, who was only 30 years old, was found deceased in an abandoned home in Cleveland, and we need to figure out who did it and who were the parties involved in doing it. If you want to be helpful, please call the tip line with any information that you have. I always say, and my mom has always said, that no information that can help lead us to finding the people that did whatever they did to Raina will be helpful. Now, there's been like a slew of people that have been leaving comments or messaging me certain things that are like wannabe internet detectives. And I'm not talking about helpful people like Prophet PI or people that actually legitimately do this. I mean like just regular people trying to be internet detectives and telling me they don't believe that there's a connection with this, or she doesn't have a connection with Baddies or whatever else because they scrolled online to my sister's Twitter and saw just a few videos and somehow know Raina's entire life story. Comments like that are getting deleted and you're getting blocked because honestly, your opinion about what you think happened that's not backed up by any sort of evidence is not helpful, and it's just very disrespectful. So I would encourage people that have nothing positive to contribute to this entire thing to just stay off my page. And if I find that you're leaving comments like that, I will be deleting them and I will be blocking your profile. For everyone else that has been supportive and loving during this time, thank you for spreading awareness. I don't know if you guys just search up my sister's name. She's been on People. She's been on Us Weekly. She's been on the Daily Mail. She's been on Perez Hilton. You know, all of these major websites are reporting her story and allowing the awareness to grow so we can find out what happened to her. So thank you to everybody that has been pushing the story out and has been instrumental in helping Raina's case.